Hello, this is Mr. Duffick, and we are back with more IXL tutorials. Here we are starting the U section of IXL, going through different aspects of circles. So U1 is just the different parts of a circle, and really there's about 10 terms you have to know when doing this IXL. The questions are a series of pictures, and it asks you to identify which of the following part of a circle is being represented in the pictures. So, for instance, this first question is asking which of these pictures represents a radius. Now, as you've learned in class, the radius of a circle is just the distance between the very center of the circle to any part of the edge of a circle, which would be this first picture right here. So we have the center of a circle here, and whether the line goes here or here or here or here, it's always going to the edge. So that's a radius. So that's going to be a radius. The term over here, where we have a line going from one point of a circle to another point on the circle, both points have to be on the edge, that is called a chord. The third picture over here, where we have a line going through two parts of a circle or 2 points of a circle, and the line is going up along the edge of the circle, that's called an arc. Just like you've seen on windows or something like that, that is an arc. And the last picture over here is a line that goes through 2 points that are on the edge of the circle, but the line goes through the center of a circle. So this line goes straight, and then the center of a circle is right here. It intersects right in the center. So that is our diameter. That is the length from one side of the circle to the other. But for here, we have radius. So we'll click submit. All right. Which figure shows a central angle? Well, this picture right here is just showing the center of a circle. This second one is just a chord that we went over, a line between 2 points on the edge. This one was an arc. We just went over that. And this is our central angle right here. Just like the name implies, the central angle of a circle is just an angle that reflects a part of the center of a circle, like right here. That degree value can be anything between 0 and 360 degrees, just depending on how large or small it is. So that is going to be our answer for this one. And as long as it's a central angle right here, it's good to note, the degree value of this angle is going to match our arc degree value up here, but you'll learn that later on. Okay, which shows the center of a circle? Well, this one is definitely showing just the center. Again, this one is an arc, this one is a chord, and this one is a diameter. Okay, which one shows an arc? So we have a chord, we have a center, we have right here what is called a sector. Think section. Or sectional, meaning like a piece. I always tell my students that it's kind of like a piece of a pie, like a section of a pie. So this is what's just called a sector. It's a sector of a circle. It's just one section, one piece of a circle. And then over here, at our fourth picture, we have an arc. That's our answer. Okay, which figure shows a chord? Well, we have a chord right here because it's not going through the center of the circle. That would look something like that. This is a sector. This third one is a radius, and this one right here is just the center, so it's going to be chord. Okay, which figure shows a sector? We have a radius, we have a center, we have our sector right here, and then an arc. Next, what's a diameter? So we have our sector here, we have a diameter here, it goes straight through the middle. We have a radius here, and then we have a chord here. Shows a radius. So we have another diameter here, we have a center here, we have a sector here, and then we have a radius there. We have our central angle right here, a chord, a diameter, and an arc. We have a chord, we have an arc, we have a diameter, and we have a radius. We have a radius. The radius of a circle is 8 inches. What is the diameter? So now we're getting into radius and diameter problems. The only thing you have to know here is that the radius is the length between the center of the circle and any part of the edge of the circle. So right here, so from this center point all the way to the top, right here, or from the center down here, doesn't matter, it's the same distance, right? It's saying that radius, r, is 8 inches. So from this point to this point is 8 inches, and also this point to this point is 8 inches. So the question is asking for the diameter, and remember the diameter is the distance of this entire line here. So from this point, and then you see the line goes through the center of a circle, right? So the diameter is the length of the entire thing. So there's 2 radiuses, but it's radii. There are 2 radii inside one diameter. So if we have a radius here as 8, and then another radius here is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16. So the diameter, the entire thing, is 16. So we'll type that in. Okay. Which figure shows a sector? We have an arc right there. We have a chord. We have a sector. We have a diameter, which shows a chord. We have a radius, a center, a sector, and a chord. Okay, here's a new one, a minor arc. So we'll go through each one. So we have an arc right here. We have our sector. We have a chord, and we have another arc. So the difference between these two panels right here is fairly obvious. The arc here is pretty small, and the arc over here is very, very large. It takes up most of the circle's circumference. And so what dictates a minor arc from a major arc is the minor arc is smaller than 180 degrees, or what that really means is it is somewhere below half of the circle. The arc is smaller than an arc that would be 1/2 of the circle, like that. So you can see that little section, that little arc, is smaller than what 1/2 or a semicircle would look like. Whereas over here, the major arc is going to be something over 180 degrees, or over half of the circle. So a semicircle or 180 degree mark would be something like that, just be half the circle. But it's fairly obvious that this major arc takes place across most of the circle, way over half mark. So that's going to be a major arc. This is our minor arc, just like the question was asking for. Okay, which figure shows a diameter? We have our arc, we have our chord, we have our center, and we have our diameter. The radius of a circle is 7 feet. What is the diameter? All right, again. So we have our radius here as 7, and then a radius here as 7. And the diameter is the whole thing. So what is 7 plus 7? That is just 14 feet. The diameter of a circle is 12 centimeters. What is the radius? So now it's saying the diameter, the length of our entire middle right there, from one point to the other, is 12. So what is our radius? What is the length between this dot and this edge, or this dot and this edge? It's the same thing. So if the entire thing is 12, and we know both radii split the diameter exactly in half, well, if this whole thing is 12, that just means each of these halves is 6, right? 6 plus 6 is 12. So the radius is just 6. Which figure shows a central angle? So we're here with diameter, chord, central angle, and then minor arc. Which figure shows an arc? Sector, arc, radius, and central angle. The radius of a circle is 2. What is the diameter? 2 plus 2 is 4. The radius of a circle is 4. What is diameter? 4 plus 4 is 8. The radius of a circle is 2. What is the diameter? Radius plus radius, 2 plus 2 is 4. The radius of a circle is 6. What is the diameter? 6 plus 6 is 12. Which figure shows a minor arc? Minor arc, diameter, major arc, central angle. Which figure shows a semicircle? Okay, so this is the halfway point right here. So this is a major arc, right? This would be our minor arc. This right here would be a semicircle. That would be exactly 180 degrees. Circles are made up of 360 degrees. This halfway is just 180 degrees. This is clearly under 180, and this is somewhere over 180. But this is exactly 180 degrees, so that's going to be a semicircle. And that last one is just a chord. The diameter is 2. What's the radius? So the entire thing is 2, so just half of that is 1. Which figure shows a chord? That's a center, that's a arc, that is a central angle, and that is a chord. One more. The diameter of the circle is 8. What is the radius? The entire thing is 8, so half of that's just going to be 4. Great, and just like that, congratulations, we have mastered U1. All right, keep practicing, and we will continue on with the other IXL. Take care, and bye-bye.